Hey guys, for this video we're going to take a look at this smartless portable power station. Now they were nice enough to send me this item for free so I can make a video showing it to you. I've had this thing for about a month now, been playing around with it, and I've been really impressed. This is the fourth power station that I've owned, and definitely the nicest. It has some additional features that you don't get out of the more economy ones. But let me show you. So in the box, you get the power station itself, which by the way is pure sine wave on those AC outlets. Most of these will be modified sine wave. You also get a little manual here, and we get two plugins. We get a 12-volt plug-in for charging it up on that port there, or if you prefer, we have the wall plug for the same port on the power station. So as we take a look here, each section has a button to turn things on. Here we can see the battery level is currently 77%, and look at that. You have a wattage reading, so when you plug something in, you can see how much it is using, which is really cool. This thing has 500 running watt capacity, 1000 peak watt, and by the way, the battery in this is 515 watt hours. So there we go. You have the LED light, and it even shows it's using 2 watts, and at that, you can run this LED light for 207 hours. How cool is that? Well, it's even better when you get the flashing mode. Alright, so then below that, we have the DC. And you can see when we hit the button, it says DC there, so we know that that's turned on. We have 2 barrel connector ports and your traditional cigarette lighter port there. In the center panel, we have the USBs. So we have an 18-watt quick charge USB. Then we have 3 standard USB ports, and you even have the power delivery 60-watt USB-C. And power goes both ways on that, so you can charge the device, or you can charge your own device using that port, and it takes about 12 hours to give this thing a full charge if you were going to use the USB-C. Now over here we have the AC outlets. We can turn the USB back off. So there we have the AC outlets on, so 2 outlets. See the fan kicking on. We even get a little icon when the fan comes on. Again, pure sine wave. Great for like your CPAP machine, computers, TVs, all that stuff will be able to run with a pure sine wave. And then your input for charging. You can charge this with a solar panel. And they list on the website on Amazon, if you had a 100-watt solar panel, it would take about 14 hours to get a full charge on this guy. Using the AC outlet, the range is 6 to 12 hours, which seems like a big range to me. I don't know why the discrepancy. I've only used the solar panel because I think that's the coolest thing about these, is being able to use a solar panel to charge it up and then run whatever you want off of it. And we're going to give this thing a little bit of a test to see what we can handle with it. Also, it has a built-in battery management system, so it has short circuit protection, say that 10 times fast, low voltage protection, overheating protection, overload protection, over voltage protection, and over current protection. So it's got more protection than a Trojan. For our first test, we're going to do something nice and easy. I have this Vornado desktop fan. Got it plugged into one of the AC outlets. Now we need to turn those AC outlets on. You hear the beep, the AC icon comes on. And right away, we're seeing the wattage updating. We're using 23 watts, and it says it'll run that for 17 hours. It's so cool to have the gauge that tells you, almost like a fuel gauge in a way, that tells you how much time you have left. Because if it was an important device, think of like a CPAP machine or something, you want to make sure it'll get you through. So really, really cool to have something like that available. And you can see we turn the fan down to low. Now we're down to 16 watts and 25 hours, 10 watts, 40 hours. This test is going to be a little bit more difficult. This is a heat gun. And generally speaking, anything that produces heat hair dryers, curling irons, anything that produces heat is going to be high wattage and very difficult to run off of something like this. So we'll hit the button that wakes the machine up. We're going to turn that AC port back on. Let's see if it'll run it and what the wattage is with it on. So you see we can climb up to 229 watts, and it says it'll run that for 1 hour. Again, we're not fully charged. We're at 75%, 74%. It's really cool it can run something like this. This test is a little brutal, okay? So we want to give it a shot, see what happens. I just have water in there. Turn on the outlet. You can see we powered on the clock anyway. Now let's see what this thing does. We are way up to 480 and sustaining it. I don't know how impressive this looks, but I'm telling you, if you've ever played with these things, this is pretty impressive. It's also nice to see it hold this wattage output for a sustained amount of time. It's not shutting down, not giving us any kind of error message. The coffee maker is still going. I'm actually a little surprised the fan hasn't kicked on. Heck, it's not even warm anywhere. Speak of the devil, and the devil appears. Alright. You see we just brewed the entire cup there. This did go down to 0 for a second. I was trying to catch it before it came back on. But as the coffee maker heating element turns on and turns off, you can actually see the wattage go down to 0 for like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then shoots right back up. So we're down to now 38%, running at almost its peak of 500 watts. This ended up being the absolute perfect test, bringing it right to the edge of what it's supposed to be capable of. And you can see it's brewing the coffee just fine. Really cool. I can't tell you how impressed I am that it's actually doing the coffee maker. Alright, I think we've proved the coffee maker test. We got to get this thing charged back up. We're down to 36%. I got a solar panel. Hook it up and charge it up. It's about 7 a.m. Not exactly ideal conditions for trying to solar charge, but at least it's not raining. It's been raining nonstop, so it's the best we can do. I got a 100-watt solar panel here. We're plugged in using the 12-volt going right there. So we're starting at 35%. It's 7 o'clock. Let's come back a little later and see where we're at. It's 2 o'clock now, so it's been 7 hours. We still haven't had an ounce of clear skies, which is unfortunate. But we still got something out of it. So here we can see on the screen we are up to 61%. We started at about 35%. Slow going in the clouds, but definitely working charging with the solar panel. So there you have it, the Smartless portable power station. Thanks for watching.